Hello, new experiment. I've got a theory that my Wi-Fi and my phone signal is better in my office than my home in London. So I'm in my office. No cat, I'm afraid. You don't usually take a cat to the office, do you? I mean, some people take a dog to work, but you rarely get people taking their cat to work. So yeah, so I'm giving this another go. It seems to be working at the moment. People are tuning in. Hi Ricky, says Sam Duggan. And I want this to work. I think it's a fantastic idea, this. Like Skyping the world. And obviously my ultimate goal is to become a recluse and still make programmes and stuff, but never having to do an interview again. Or, you know, that's quite appealing. If I get so many followers here, I'm like the media. I don't have to do a press release. I just come online and say, it's on telly tonight, watch it. So that'd be good. And it's from the horse's mouth, so to speak. You still get taken out of context. I think a paper yesterday was a headline where they'd obviously got it from Twitter or something, one of my rants about bullfighting, and the headline was something like, Sicky Gervais gets his kicks watching videos of bulls killing people. Context and everything. Like, where do I get those videos? I mean, they didn't even say it was a bullfight. It's just, where do you get videos of bulls killing people? Breaking into people's houses, just strangling them. Yeah, I love those sort of movies. I was going into dodgy video shops going, got any videos of bulls? Innocent people for no reason. I mean, the truth is, you know, I do prefer the bull to win. I've said very often, I'd rather you didn't fight a bull. But if you choose to torture an animal to death for fun, I hope it defends itself. And self-defense is no offence. Who wants to torture an animal to death for fun? And what fucking morons go and watch it? I'm going to torture this bull to death. It's going to be scared. I'm going to do it slowly with sticking stuff in it, so it's losing blood. It's terrified already. The crowd's shouting. It's disorientated. It just wants it to stop. It's done nothing wrong, this bull. The bull doesn't want to fight. I don't want you to fight the bull. The bull doesn't want you to fight. So if you choose to fight a bull for fun, fuck you. And people always, even people who I hear things on Twitter like, listen, I don't agree with bullfighting, but you know, the guy doesn't deserve to die. Well, what? It was defending. What was it meant to do? It's got horns. It tried to stop a sadist torturing it to death. That's all it was trying to do. It was trying to stop. It was trying to get away. And people are going to see it and say, well, it's traditional. So was slavery. Fucking traditional. So was fucking burning witches at the stake. So was child. We've moved on. Just because if something's terrible, you don't justify it by going, well, it is terrible, but we've done it for ages. Well, it's about fucking time you stop then. We've moved on, haven't we? I mean, surely progress at its core is society maximising compassion and minimising suffering. Surely that's it, in a nutshell, isn't it? Why do you want this? Why do we need it? I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, yeah. If you're going to fight a bull, I'd rather you didn't. The bull would rather you didn't. But I want the bull to defend itself. Sicky Gervais. Cheers.
I've hit that age where I go, well, they're all lying little. I hope you're bearing up with all this. It's not even all this, is it? It's all the uncertainty. That's what really gets me down. Maybe I don't know, maybe I've got some sort of OCD, but even in normal times, if I've planned everything, if something goes wrong or someone says, oh, I can't, I'll go, cancel it. Cancel it all. I'm never doing anything ever again. If I book a flight, right, and they go, oh, it's an hour delayed, right, never, yeah, you're never going to work again. Just everything's up in the air. You can't look forward to anything. Do you know the worst thing is, as well? Apart from the and the strain on the health service and people losing their livelihoods and that, the worst thing is in charge, do what they want. And you know what? I can you know, because the people in charge, the posh, privileged people in charge, were acting like Charlie Sheen. I mean, really rubbing salt in the wound. And as I say, I don't get political, but they're all. When are we going to stop taking went to Eton as a qualification to run the country? I mean, now. Oh, you've got our rules. Unless you're the Prime Minister. Political satire. Right. I don't get political. I feel like it though. I'm getting angrier and holding it all in more and more. Even live, I don't really get political. I think I've been naive. I've hit that age where I go, well, they're all lying, little corrupt. It was just lying in their own part, and I just think, I thought there was good guys and bad guys, but now I just think they're all little. Is that political? Is that some really nuanced insight into the workings of society? Greedy little posh. Good. That's why I don't get political. I've noticed all around, you know, there's a lot of annoyance and frustration, totally justified as well. Misinformation, anger, anxiety and depression, you know. But I do notice, I have noticed that it's getting a lot of people down. So, you know, when you can't do stuff, you think, well, I've got to do something. We're built like that. We've got to do something. You know, it's so this helped me doing this. Just, you know, talking. Yeah. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama. Yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs in China. So, well, you say you, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and so it's already 3 hours long. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope you're bearing up and right. Have a good time. Tatty bye everyone. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye.
I've heard you're bringing, I heard you're bringing to my home city this month, Liverpool. I hope you're coming to visit me. I might be a bit busy, Joey. My question is, what do you like about Liverpool, and can you do a Scouse accent? Right. Well, I've been to Liverpool very often, and when you do go to these cities, I get out of the car, I run to my hotel suite, I go to the gig, I run to the car, I run back to my hotel suite. So I'm sort of like a recluse, depending on where I am in the world. So I haven't seen a lot of it, but I'm obviously a fan of the culture. My new favourite Scouser at the moment. I just did Tony Bellew's podcast. He's a Scouser, isn't he? I'm trying to justify that I like Scousers. Can you do a Scouse accent? Oh, well, I can, but probably not very well. It might sound good in my head, but to people in Liverpool going, what's that? Oh God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it knowing it's going to be and you're going to laugh. Okay. Hello there, mate. How's it going? Why is that going up too high? Hello there, mate. How's it going? No, nearly. Well, they do that, don't they? They do that sort of Dutch thing, or is it Welsh? It's probably a Welsh influence, isn't it? Yeah, I like la. I can't do it. How's it going? It's not very good, is it? Is it all right? You know, I've got the gist of it, haven't I? That's probably as well. That's probably cultural appropriation, isn't it? I'm Scouse culture to make me look cool. I apologise to everyone in the Liverpool area. Joey's got me in trouble. You wouldn't get Jerry Seinfeld doing this shit, would you? Seriously. I mean, and you're probably glad of that because it is. It's pointless, isn't it? Well, it's not pointless, is it? Why? I don't know. Why do I do it? It's for some people. Some people might like this. So anyone who doesn't like it doesn't need to watch. So I'm doing no harm. So anyone who does like this, then I'm doing it for you and me a bit, I guess. I don't know. it's like, I'm on tour, obviously. You know about that. I'm also trying to make Dutch Barn a global brand, and I'm working on a new animation for Netflix, which by the time it's finished would have taken 2 years. So did Vienna, big arena in Vienna. That was the weather was lovely. 48 hours wandering around, and the gig was fantastic. It still blows my mind that I can play a country where English is their second language and 10, 15,000 people come out and understand it. It's great in Europe as well. I think they treat comedy in general with a bit higher status than we do in England and America. Because I hear we're sort of like, we're clowns, aren't we? Sort of performing monkeys, most of us. But over there they sort of think, oh no, it's art, it's a one-man show. You get applause breaks if you do anything sort of like, you know, a bit clever or just a really good joke or even a good setup, a good premise, a good observation. They really appreciate it as an art form, and I don't think I don't think stand-up is an art form. I've thought about this. I think it's a service. I think when people just get too bedded down with thinking, oh yeah, you've got to change the genre, you've got to be doing something, as opposed to making the people who paid 50 quid laugh, I think you get up yourself a bit. You've got to, and even I've changed a little bit. You know, I used to want for people who weren't there to like it, and now I just try and make sure those people get value for money and just be funny. You just want they've come to laugh for an hour and a bit. They haven't come there to go away and write with you going, yeah, he really pushed some boundaries there, made me think. That's great as a bonus, but you shouldn't. You can do both, but if you have to do one, choose them all laughing. Is my advice. And I know I always look sort of red and flushed and bloated and sweaty and hog-like. And I have had a bath, but I think I've got a bit of colour because it was so lovely and sunny in Vienna, and I've been for a long walk and a bike ride today and played tennis. I think this might be a little bit of tan on my fat, blotchy red skin, so not sure. Right, another question. Glenn, do you still get the same buzz from stand-up as you did from the first one? Also, which is your favourite tour so far? I do get the same buzz. I mean, I still get a buzz from going, oh my God, I've sold out an arena in a foreign speaking country. That's amazing. You go, will they get every joke? What should I leave in? Can I explain Jimmy Savile to someone in Lisbon? So you've got that buzz you want everything to go well. You want to tell everything well and then get everything. So you get that buzz. My favourite bit is still probably the warm-ups, when you're just trying anything and it doesn't matter. You just go out there and you go crazy, and that sort of always goes well, because even if you do something that doesn't go well and you go, that was shit, and you think about it, they're laughing at you struggling and introspecting, and they know no one else is going to see that. So I can't wait to finish. I love this tour, but I can't wait to finish this tour so I can start again in a little theatre with my comedy chums, just we muck around for an hour backstage. What have you got? What are you doing? Oh God, that's good. Or you go, oh, I've got nothing. I'll see what happens. So I love that. So no, if anything, that part feels as fresh and exciting as it ever did. Maybe even more so. The starting again bit, the trying stuff out, and then there's the excitement of all the usual things, like going to wonderful places, selling out arenas that no one else has. Yeah, I do like breaking the odd record. What's your favourite tracks, albums you've been listening to lately? Oh my God, you're going to just hear the same old ones I've been listening to since 1970. I mean, I still do listen to those every day, on a plane, on a train, not in a car actually. In a car I listen to XFM, classic rock. So, yeah, that's what you're dealing with. I still listen to the old boys, Bowie, Radiohead, Cat Stevens, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, all those. Some you might not have heard of, that I listen to regularly. I think I listen to Sun Kill Moon the most the last few years. This is mesmerising. I love it, the things he sings about Check out Sun Kill Moon, anything. Just put in YouTube, Sun Kill Moon. And Red House Painters, another sort of version of him. Bon Iver, Ven, sort of indie folk stuff. But that's my recommendation for people who haven't heard of him or have never listened to him. Sun Kill Moon. Check that out. Right, I'm not gonna do long today. I'm tired, and I've got TV to watch. Benji, what is your definition of success? Oh, that's tricky, and it's sort of all the definitions sort of change as you get older. It would need a very, I think it would need a very long definition, because you have to keep justifying things and there's caveats. I've probably got it honed down to I assume you mean career as well, because of course you can have a successful life without, you call it, but let's say it's linked to career. That makes it slightly easier. I think my definition of success is now, and probably always has been without being able to define it before, is doing what you like every day without compromise and getting paid for it. Because you can compromise and get paid, do really well, but I don't think you'll like yourself as much. But you can treat it like a job. But for me, success is getting to a position where you can just do what you like, and it doesn't matter what the consequences are, whether it wins awards or whatever, but you've done exactly what you wanted, how you wanted, and you got paid for it. And the big trick is to keep doing that, obviously. You might be able to do that once and then go, oh, I wish I'd have sold out. But the trick is obviously longevity, because you want to keep doing what you want as long as you can. This isn't a definition, is it? This is a fucking ramble. Definition of success. To do what you love, how you want, and it pays the rent. Fucking hell. Oh, tough question that, Benji. Wasn't it? Yeah. Foxy agrees with me. His name's Fat Eric, by the way. Bobby King. What's your favourite joke from all your Golden Globe appearances? Oh, right. One sprung to mind straight away. So that's probably two. I've got two, I think. Maybe three. Okay. So the first one that sprang to mind, which I loved at the time, and I was very proud of it, was at the last Golden Globes, when I said we were going to do an in memoriam tonight, but when I looked at the list of people who died, it wasn't diverse enough. I was very proud of that. Very proud of the sarcasm of the time as well. Caitlyn Jenner joke about she didn't do a lot for women drivers. That was sort of ground zero for that sort. When was that? That was the 2016 one, I think. I love doing the DiCaprio one to his face as well. By the time the film finished, his date was too old for him. And I've got an affection for the first Mel Gibson one. When I agreed to do that Golden Globes, I forget which one it was. Was it 2011, 12? It just happened with him being stopped drunk and having a rant, and I came up with that joke. I think it was the first thing I thought of to do. Now I like a drink as much as the next man, unless the next man is Mel Gibson. So yeah, one of those, probably the in memoriam. Underrated gag, that, even though I say so myself. Thanks very much. What's the worst technical difficulty you've experienced on stage? Oh, have the lights ever gone out or a mic stopped working? Oh, it's that. Right, now this will sound pathetic, but I use one of them, right? And the reason I use one of them is because a lot of my stuff is actually visual, not in a Lee Evans type way. I mean, I sometimes act things out. I sometimes sort of like bring characters to life, like a conversation between Hitler and Nietzsche, or, you know, the personification of animals, acting out the polar bear, hunting with whatever. And you do that. So halfway round Armageddon, I forget where it was. Might have been Cardiff or Birmingham. My mic failed. And the second one failed. So I had to use a mic, I think, and it was really stressful because I'm thinking there's a bit coming up where I'm, you know, wanking off a paedophile. And I thought, I've got to do that and that. So, well, and I've got to talk. So how can I? So you're thinking about this. That's very specific. That probably doesn't happen to a lot of comedians. Like they're going, oh, coming up next, I've got to wank off a paedophile. So that was stressful because I had to think one step ahead of how can I do these things that I've been doing, but with a mic in my hand and the mic's got to be near my mouth. So that is the most stressful thing that's ever happened. There was once, might have been Humanity or Supernature. Before we went on, someone came to me and said, oh, can we postpone it? It was about, I don't know, 10 to 8 or something. I said, can we postpone you going on? And I said, why? I said, oh, someone's been taken ill and they've called an ambulance. And I went, oh, are they okay? I said, I don't know if they thought it was a heart attack or something. It was all right in the end. I checked. And I went, oh yeah, okay. And they said, and then they came and said, okay, actually, it's fine. They've moved him to somewhere so the audience can't see what's going on, so we could start. I went, are you sure it'll be all right? I went, yeah, it's fine. So I went on, and what they hadn't told me is the audience couldn't see him, but I could, because they were sort of treating him in the wings. So I'm doing all this stuff, and I could see some paramedics. It was fine. Yeah, I was just waiting for them to go clear. I go. So that was pretty stressful. But as I say, he was fine. So yeah, things like that can happen. I think the sound's never gone down. The mic's failed a couple of times, and you sort of plug it in, and I thought, first gig of Humanity in Bristol. I don't know whether it was I'd eaten too quickly, or it was the first one, or I thought, I felt like I'm gonna have like palpitations, head stroke, heart, all this in your head, and I thought, but just keep going, it'll be all right. And I thought, don't be a fucking idiot. If you're having a heart attack, you could. All this is in my head, right? Again, it was nothing, right? But I thought, I said, I feel a bit unwell, and they laughed because they thought it was a bit. I went, no, seriously. I said, is there a doctor having a heart attack? They laughed again, and I was trying to make it sort of funny because I was embarrassed. And then I said, no. I said, hello, and they laughed. I went, is there a fucking doctor or not? Right? someone said, sit down. I went, oh, I can't sit down. And then one of the stage managers brought on a stool. It was a pink stool, not even a chair, a pink fucking stool. I went, oh, that looks fucking comfortable. They laughed. And then someone said, they're a doctor, right? And I went, are you a doctor? I went, oh, yeah. I went, what do you think it is? I went, well, I can't tell from here. I went, oh, don't fucking get up. And I started feeling better. I carried on. So, yeah, lots of things can go down. I remember I did one once, there was no aircon, and it had a tin roof. I think it was next Fort in Jersey. And I played it in the heat wave. It was 32 degrees, the weather. So inside it was ridiculous. I can't even imagine what it would have been. About 120. That was tough. That was fucking tough. But you get through it, don't you? Oh yeah, Dutch Barn are doing a Spirit of Comedy competition. We're trying to find the next big thing. The prize is £5,000 and you get to support me at Wembley Arena. Anyone can enter. There's like 20 different heats in 20 different cities around the country, so you can enter and, you know, just do like a minute and we're holding it down, or go along and just watch and support new acts. Go to the website, I'll tweet it. I've tweeted some stuff already. DutchBarn.com. Have a look. Spirit of Comedy. What else? Oh, a Dutch Barn is in Canada and America. It's already in 100 those government liquor stores. What was it? What is it? LCBO in Ontario. So check it out, Canada, and we're gonna obviously spread hopefully. And it lands in New York and a few other sort of northeastern, Washington and New Jersey next week. So please, but if you're in Ontario or New York, New Jersey next week, buy a bottle or just take a picture and tell me it's in it. It's here. Hope you like that. And I've just announced a brand new country I've never played before, Italy. I'm playing a ridiculous, I don't know what it is, 15,000, something like that, forum in Milan. And tickets go on sale this Thursday, pre-sale Wednesday. So that's a lot of people in a non-English speaking country. So, but they come from all over in Europe. It's so great playing Europe. Because if you play like a Friday or Saturday, you're sort of playing the whole of Europe because they drive 2 hours and from all over the place. So yeah, please come and see me in Milan. Make a weekend of it. Beautiful place. See me. Go home. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye. Say bye-bye, Foxy. Oh, fuck's sake. Fat thumbs. Oh, for fuck's sake. Say bye-bye. I'm like Dr. Fox. I'm playing all the tunes. Hello. How's it going? So yeah, I was bullied into this again by cats and dogs, but nothing's moved on, has it? I've still got like some iPhone 7 with a bit of sellotape over it because I dropped it. Whenever I go away, I put a brand new bit of sellotape on the crack. It's stylish. The Wi-Fi shit. You listening are complete losers. So what does that make me? Do you know what I mean? And you tune in from all over the world. There's got to be better things to do than this shit. But anyway, welcome. Right, got loads of questions. I'm not going to get through them all, I'll be honest. Thanks, but Keena, how was New York for your tour? Great. It was amazing. It was hot, like 30-something degrees, and the humidity was like 95% every day. But I love that. When I'm not at work, I think I had about sort of 7 days there, which was, closest thing we got to a holiday, and 2 gigs. The first day, we go for a walk. We walk everywhere in New York. It's great, right? We sometimes even do sightseeing. Even got a place there. We've been going for years. Central Park every day. The equivalent of Hampstead Heath. Meet dogs. So did a lot of walking the first day. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt because it's hot, right, and sweaty. But no pants. I don't know. You shouldn't have to wear pants if you're wearing shorts in that weather. You shouldn't have to. That's the point of shorts. You want to sort of have as little on as possible. But with all the sweating and the walking, there was chafing, right? There was lots of chafing. Old bits rubbing against old bits. They didn't work well together. I don't know what it was like. It was like someone putting a few kilograms of offal in a tumble dryer. And they were, by the end, right, walking home, I was trying to sort of keep everything apart. I was walking like I myself. There was proper clunge problems. It was sweaty and red raw and everything. I was even sort of trying to tuck bits of my shorts in between the leg and the back to stop the rubbage. It was fine the next day. I wore pants. And, and that's sorted it. Pants. Pants did the trick. I'll be honest. A little bit of aloe vera. Sounds like a sitcom. And then pants and I was good as gold for the week. So thanks for asking. So how was your tour? Well, let me tell you about my bollocks. Sue asked about whether all the amazing people that had played that venue before me across my mind. I played the iconic Radio City. I've never played it before. I usually play Madison Square Garden, and everyone said just play Radio City, and it was amazing. Biggest theatre in the world, apparently. Obviously, there's bigger arenas, but for a theatre, it's the biggest in the world, and it was amazing. And yeah, it did cross my mind. And there's pictures of everyone who'd played it as well. So the crowd was great, smart, yeah, brilliant. And Georgine asked, which venue did you prefer and enjoy performing more? Radio City or the Hollywood Bowl? Very different. I mean, if I'd played them both before and I was sort of over it, I guess the better venue for comedy would be Radio City. But there was something magical about the Hollywood Bowl because it was so vast and it was a nice evening and it's outdoors. It's a tricky one. And I was nervous for the first time before the Hollywood Bowl, and everyone was there. Like people were saying, oh, Dave Grohl's in, Beck's in. Yeah. But they were both fantastic. Both great. But I suppose as a comedic performance, a theatre's better. A theatre's better anyway. But I was blown away by how good the Hollywood Bowl is. For an outdoor, it was like my own little festival. I should do that, shouldn't I? Rickfest. Tony, can you still believe that you got a shout out from Cat Stevens at Glastonbury? Yeah, well, Cat Stevens has been my favourite artist for years.
The only person missing here right now is Ricky Gervais.
I think I learned to play guitar because I like Cat Stevens so much, and I learned to play How Can I Tell You? Actually, behind the scenes, I was invited to go on stage with him for Tea for the Tillerman because I used that in extras, and I couldn't because I was in New York. Yeah, he gave me a shout out, which was amazing. There must be some confused people there, like people who were like 5 when extras came out and don't even know about the connection. Suddenly, Casty was going, yeah, Ricky Gervais. I go, why has he mentioned that fact? But yeah, it was fantastic. What a lovely moment. So thank you. Jean, do you get homesick after 1 week on your tours? Yeah. Well, if I go away for a while or abroad, Jane comes with me, but we still miss Pickle, obviously. And when I'm doing sort of England, I only go away for about 2 days at a time. My tours would be a lot more lucrative if I did it like other people. Because I'd go from one to the next as opposed to coming home every time and then flying off. But yeah, and I stay in the nicest hotels in the world, but 2 days is enough in a hotel because you do miss your home comforts because you've made your life as you like it. Do you know what I mean? Even walking to the cupboard and getting snacks, and everything's vegan in the house, and away you've got to plan stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's great. It doesn't get any better. I make it as easy as it could be. My tours are as luxurious as they could be. But yeah, you still go, oh, I wish I was at home on the couch now. But I don't really moan. But that's got a lot to beat, isn't it? Being at home on the couch with a cat, drinking wine, not having to do anything, not having to think about anything, not having to go on stage. That's the other thing about live. I do wear pants live. I think, I've got to put pants on and jeans. You know what I mean? That's like that's like dressing up for me. Pajamas and shorts. That's what I want to wear. Leopold and Loveday, 2 cats. We want to know if our linear perception of time is false. And do you think cats perceive time in this way too? Well, I can answer that. I can answer one part of it better than the other. The first part, apparently time being linear, just going forward all the time into the future, is an illusion because it's us. It's our relationship. It's an illusion because that's our relationship time. So solid objects. Oh, I'm out of my depth here. Time is relative for a start, isn't it? Einstein said time is relative. It depends what you're doing. It's your journey that sort of matters, that gives you a perception of time. Bits that I've learned that I haven't thought about for years, just having a go. But okay, I'll answer the second part of the question. I'm confident with this. Do you think cats perceive time in this way? No, because they're thick. They don't perceive anything, do they? See, that was easy. They just sit like that. Fly. Although Pickle sort of knows what time it is. He sort of wakes up at about 5:30. At 10 to 6, she starts meowing because she gets fed. One of her meals is at 6 o'clock. So I think they've got a stomach clock, haven't they? They've got that. Dogs are amazing. Dogs can tell when their owner's going to come home by the scent of their owner how it sort of goes down over time. So an owner leaves at 8 o'clock, and if it's regular, the dogs know sort of what time it is by how little they can smell the scent of their owner after it's left. So they go, right, when it gets to about that many molecules per whatever, oh, it must be about 4 o'clock. I mean, I fucking tried, didn't I? I'm answering a question from a couple of cats, and I had a go, didn't I? I had a go, but I knew I was out of my depth immediately. Monsieur Dougal, okay, it's a dog now. The duck-billed platypus and the star-nosed mole. What's that all about? You got a point there, Dougal. You got a point there. I don't know what's going on. But no animal is stranger than the next, is it really? Again, we've got this notion of what a normal animal is, but there's no such thing. Just think how different an elephant is to a wow, is to a mouse, is to a mollusk, an octopus, a fish. The diversity is incredible. So, you know, I mean, platypus is slightly different because it's one of the two mammals that lay eggs, but then, you know, I don't make the rules. But good luck to them. Good luck to them. If you want to be like a fat egg-laying mammal with a beak and a flat tail and webbed feet, good luck to you. Do it. You be you. If you want to be a thing that's nearly blind, that lives underground with big fucking feet that does dirt and a star, then come on. But do it well. Right. I'm the new Attenborough. Nancy, except pickle, do you miss something when you're away from home for a few days? Yes. I've sort of answered that, haven't I? Do you feel comfortable in a strange place? Like a hotel room? Yeah, again, particularly if I've stayed there before, you know, you make the most of it. But you always get a little bit anxiety when you know, it's not normal, you're in a foreign country maybe. Anything different sort of throws you a little bit. But I don't go anywhere that's so different. Do you know what I mean? I don't go to the Amazon jungle for a laugh. I'm staying in places that are, you know, like London, really, wherever I go. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like leaving the house, really. I like to be able to leave the house, but I can leave the house and go, oh, I went for a walk, now I can sit down for 12 hours. Playing tennis, that's what I miss when I'm away, playing tennis. I love that. Jenna, would you rather live in an underground bunker? That's funny, isn't it? I've nearly answered this. Or in a really high tree house? Oh, whichever you choose, you can never leave it. Right. We've got to let some ground rules here. Are both the same amount spider-proof? Because I'm worried about the bunker and I'm worried about the tree house. If you said one of them didn't have any spiders, it'd be that one. But say everything's equal. So an underground bunker, right, so no sunlight, nice and safe, nice and quiet. That's what I really want. Peace and quiet. That's what I really want. But it probably would send you mental, wouldn't it? So the tree house, at least you could look at. I suppose if the tree house was nice and safe and there was no more spiders in it than the bunker, I've got to choose the tree house over the bunker, haven't I? Really? Because at least you can look at stuff. Tricky one, that. Good question. Helen, who is your favourite tennis player of all time? And have you ever been to watch Wimbledon? I have. Been a few times. Probably the most memorable was we were invited by Andy Murray and we went in the players box, which is, I mean, as good as it gets. It was amazing. And yeah, I went when I was about 14 or 15. So my favourite tennis players then, probably Nastase.
he was fiery and inventive, and he was the bad lad of tennis. And then McEnroe after him, sort of similar. I love that sort of passion and fire. Martin Navratilova, icons, really. Probably Nastasi. Hi, Ricky. Who's your favourite artist or works of art? Congrats on the world tour success. Thank you. Two spring to mind. I've been to a lot of art galleries. I've seen a lot of art up close, and it's very different up close. It's suddenly, I don't know, overwhelming. And the more famous the painting, the more you take in all the things that you've seen in print. My two favourites probably Turner and Rembrandt. I like how dark sort of Rembrandt. Well, I mean literally like the background where it was like a thick black paint in him in shadows. Like he did a lot of self-portraits. And Turner, there was something dramatic. That's what I like in art, drama. Drama. You can have, competence, skill, beauty, light, all those things, but a bit of drama. Add that to the mix. Same in music. Same in any art form, really. A bit of drama is where it's at. A bit of conflict, a bit of angst. Steve, would you rather have tennis rackets for legs? That's a human, I think, as well. Or cheese grater hands? Well, I don't even eat cheese anymore, do I? I'm vegan. It's basically, do I value my hands over my legs? And I think the answer is yes. Because even though I couldn't walk around, and let's not forget, I look fucking stupid with, not even good false legs, but tennis rackets for legs. But no hands, really. Forget the cheese graters. What can I do with those? I might as well have no hands. Worse, in a way. Someone said, oh, hold my baby. Cheese graters. What have you done? Well, it's not my fault. I've got cheese graters for hands. Whereas if I just had stumps, I could hold the baby like that, couldn't I? I think if I had cheese graters for hands, I don't think people would say, oh, do you want to hold my baby? They go, don't let him hold the baby, he's got cheese graters for hands. Do you know how delicate a baby is? Some of them are more delicate than some cheeses. Like Parmesan, I reckon, is hardier than the average baby. It's got to be tennis rackets for legs because I need my hands. I could walk, I could be wheeled around, or I could just sit somewhere. Whereas if you got cheese graters, what's your cheese graters for legs or tennis rackets for hands? That's a tricky one, isn't it? Still have to be cheese graters for legs. I want real hands. Okay, no one hold a baby anyway. I did this in Derek, but the stakes do. Why? What if I drop it? What's the point? You would say, hold my Ming vase. Why? Well, you'll be fine. Yeah, but why? What if I drop it? Well, don't drop it, obviously. Well, I'm not going to hold something that precious for a laugh. Pax, I remember Jane said something about how you have a figurine of an animal in your fridge. Yeah, that's true. And there is some sort of joke or story associated with it. Could you please tell us? Well, I think it was like 1985 or something. Me and Jane, it might be our first flat, I can't remember. But there was an old neighbour
who then was like 65, so well gone now. This is about like 40 years ago, whatever. And he liked us, so he gave us a little present. I used to go to a market that let junk, right? And it was a little plastic, one of those little plastic hollow antelopes, about that big. I don't know what it was for. One of those ornaments, knickknacks or something. And we sort of said, oh, thank you. And one of us, I can't remember which one of us even, put it in the fridge for a laugh so the other one would see it in the fridge. And then we've transferred it from every fridge we've ever had. It's been in like 10 different fridges over the last 35, 40 years. That's the story. Imagine that in a memoir. Imagine Ricky Gervais, the true story. Ricky Gervais, a funny thing happened on the way to the office. Right? And then that's the fucking story I tell. I remember when I was about 24. An elderly neighbour gave me an antelope which I put in the fridge. And it's been in every fridge. In every fridge, ever. Fucking hell. Imagine if that made the diary. Bella, long time no sticks. Bella's a dog. Speaking of which, have you found any really good sticks recently? I have. I look out for, I think of you often, Bella. Also, we go walking every day, and there's a sort of regular dog on our circuit. Certain dogs go out at certain times, so we, he's a big retriever called Atom. And for some reason, he likes me to have a stick with me, because he runs over and he takes the stick, and it's sort of like a joke, almost. And he just bites it up, and then he goes off. So when I get to where he's coming up, Jay goes, have you got a stick? And I have to find a good stick. Right, and that sounds mad, doesn't it? That sounds mental. And then along the way, sometimes other dogs I've got a stick. That was for Adam, but he's not here yet. You have it, I'll get another stick. There's a dog called Chestnut who likes you to throw sticks up to 4. So you throw a stick, she picks it up. You find another one, she goes and she gets 2, and she goes back to 2, and you have to throw another one. And I think her record might be 5. So yeah, I've been through a lot of sticks in my time, Bella. I'm probably not an expert like you, but I do consider, I go, well, they crunch that up, no problem. That's like a nice hardy one. Or that one's got a bit of sharp, oh no, I bite off these sharp edges. So yeah, fuck me. I'm wasting my life talking to you. Thank you for following. Oh, I'm on, what is it? Threads. I'm on Threads and Instagram. Tour's going great. The Hollywood Bowl was pretty amazing. It's still surreal. It was like 2 months ago. And it was in all the papers that it made a record amount for a one-off gig, right? But I've got outlay as well, haven't I? I've got the flights. I've got stage gear. This Matalan t-shirt was $3.99. Actually, I think I mentioned that before in a tweet or on this, and Matalan sent me some free ones for my birthday, so I didn't even pay for these. They're great t-shirts. I don't care. I'm not a snob. They're really lovely. I haven't got a deal, by the way. Matalan aren't paying me for this. This is a free. I'm giving it away. But they're great. I've got designer t-shirts that don't last this long. So thank you, Matalan. Because I gave you a plug, can you give some money to a dog or cat charity? Poor Matalan. They sent me a gift. They thought it would be funny. And now you're going to hassle them. You're going to at them in, aren't you? Matalan, give $5,000 to a dog or cat charity. And thanks for the t-shirts.
Right. That'll do, won't it? Cheers, everyone. Thanks for following. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.
They're supposedly due somewhere.
You wake up in a cave after an alien abduction. Why did they dump me in the cave after giving me the finger? Why not at least put me in the front garden? So they abduct me, stick their finger up my arse, right? Do tests, and then they go dump him in a fucking cave. No, take him all the way home after that. Who are these aliens? Mate, he's the thing that's going, right now we're going to put you back on Earth, right? And I go, oh mate, you just stuck your big green finger up my arse. Take me to fucking Hampstead. You dirty bastard. Fucking hell.
I just don't...
Wake up in a cave after an alien abduction. You are with Gunnar and Andy, 2 dogs. You now are covered in a lot of fur. Why? Was that what? Because of some sort of alien experiment? So I'm furry, like a bubble snowman. Would you still wear clothes or just start walking around furry? I'd start walking around furry. Is it completely covered? Is everything covered? Do I look like a... Can't I wear pants though? Just anyway, can't I wear... So I wouldn't wear about clothes, just the pants or a little... Yeah. I go and Jane goes, you're naked. I go, yeah, but, oh yeah, and covered in fur. Yes, that's the main one, isn't it? I'm covered in fur. What happened? Abducted by an alien. What did they do? Shove their finger up my ass. Where have you been? Things just coming into my head, and I'm just rambling like a lunatic. There's something like that. Google it and tell me.